Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. My chat window on OBS is not working. So let me make sure it's actually working. We'll post our thing too. Let's put a new doc in here. Chat. There it is. All right, cool. All right, hello everybody. Hello. Hi. I don't actually have the model on my desk right now. I was busy talking with some other people that stream. They're doing Tempered Arkveld today. So I wanted to watch a little bit before I got in, and then we started talking about our gear and our builds and yada yada yada. And then I realized, oh no, it is 5 o'clock, so we got to get rolling. Give me a second here. All right, I gotta plug one last place real quickly. Okay, cool. With my cold, I'm trying to be mindful for everyone here and not like try not to get other people all icked out because oh no, Mr. Streamer Man is sniffling like a baby who is crying a bunch. I don't know. I'm terrible with things today, in all honesty. But yeah, let's go ahead and start this thing, shall we? Hope you all are doing well today. We need to go to legit loadings. I'm so proud of this stupid thing. I did update it a little bit, not by much. But now it's a bit more interactive with the chat on the side there. Instead of just spamming announcements. Which isn't a bad thing. I just hope the one camera works. So we need to reload Spotify here. Let's turn up the volume just a bit. But yeah, let me get my model here. Today, for those who are tuning in here, we are doing the 30-minute fantasy assassin, Liber assassin model. We have previously done the Rosen assassin. I've had this model for a while, and I just haven't taken the time to actually, build them. So today we're going to be doing that one along with, if time allows, we're going to be doing an upgrade and the upgrade for the Rosen assassin. Both look incredible. I am such a huge fan of their designs. But yeah, we got some water to drink today. I had a ginger ale somewhere. I don't know where it went. At some point we will be we'll probably crack into that because it's a bit smoother. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the desktop here. As you can see, we're still using the same kind of setup here as well. Oh, my model. Oh no, my model's UI is still up. Let's get rid of that. Ah, my nose. I'm so sorry. We got the here. So we got the upgrade. Oh, see, the assassin slash for the Liber assassin here. I really like the gear being all white like that. I think it's really, really cool. And then we also have, or we'll just go ahead and rip this open. Ready for this plastic ASMR? Oh, crisp. Yeah, so we got that one. So we'll set that back down here. And then I did open this box. I have messed with it a little bit. I don't know where the lid is. But as you can see, I've already kind of picked through it, made sure that we had most of the parts that I need in here. Like they're all out of the plastic packaging. When I first was kit bashing my, I'm going to call it a female knight because it uses the wizard torso and that one's kind of smaller. But as you can see, we got all the pieces here. It uses like it's hard to notice in the webcam, but it's more of like a periwink purple color for the Liber Assassin, where the Rosen one is white, but it still uses like the dark gray. It's got the the hood here, more of the periwinkle armor colors, and yeah, all the rest of the pieces. We're also doing this one sitting down because, again, I'm if you can't hear my voice, your boy is not healthy. So we'll go ahead and get that out of here. And oh yeah, I also started building some of it too back then because I was like, oh, the head, I like the head color. So yeah, here's the dude's head. And then I saw the file. So I did buy. So this is a potion file. We'll just set that right over here. I did buy another of the what's it called? The I got it right behind me. Hold on. The night option kit, the one where it is the it's the one that has like the spare shoulder armor, the kite shield, the feather plume, the head, or the face masks for the helmet. So we're gonna go ahead and get right on into this here. So let's put my destructions here. Please don't fall over on me. That'd be very, very nice. Okay. So yeah, we're doing some more model building here. We'll set these pieces down over, let me see here, where can I put, see, last time I did this stream I was standing, so I had all my parts just on my chair, and then I had everything else kind of just like over there. Oh, you know what I don't have up right now? I don't have Spotify up. Let me go ahead and get the Spotify going here. Let me verify that we're good to go. Make sure we got audio. All right, cool, we do. Okay, so currently we are listening to the Halo theme from Halo 2, the Manoir mix. This is the stream playlist music I made. It features soundtracks from Risk of Rain, Risk of Rain 2, RuneScape, the 20th anniversary album, along with the original one that they have on Spotify, and then just like Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo Combat Evolved. So we'll be listening to that as we build. I know it's a little heavy going into this stream with this music playing, but you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we already built the head. We built that off stream a while ago, so we're just gonna roll right into it here. But yeah, I hope you all have had a good day so far. My day has been pretty good. I'm just, dealing with the affliction that is known as the common cold, and it's getting me. I'll be honest. It is bothering me a little bit, but I'll make it through. It's mostly because I don't have much of a voice right now, which is a little bit of a downer, but we have those on these bigger jobs. So let's go ahead and pick this up here. Yeah, we're just thriving, as it were. I'm gonna call them friends because I don't know what else to call them besides like maybe acquaintances, but like my friend Boone introduced me to them, and I tune into their streams every once in a while. But they're doing Arc-Tempered Archveld today, and so we talked about it. There's a content creator I was watching on YouTube that was talking about how their Proof of a Hero run was had basically a cheater in it. And so I was like, I feel like I was cheating because there's no way I should have first tried that with randoms. And they're like, no, it's possible you did it. So I felt pretty good hearing that. Because that was something I've been thinking about since doing that stream. That was like ASMR no sniffle. Was that maybe I had gotten into a lobby that had a cheater in it that was doing like extra damage or something like that, because I felt like it took too little time. But I guess I'm actually kind of good at Monster Hunter. Or as I said in that video, I got carried hard, which is totally fair and valid. I'm 100% okay with admitting I got carried because, yeah, I get carried a lot in games that aren't shooters. I think out of all the games I play with my friends, I think shooters are one that I'm like objectively better at than a lot of them. I'm trying to brag or toot my own horn, but sometimes I'm good with the sauce. Let's see here. But yeah, things have been going well. I shared a couple days ago on social media I'm doing overtime. There's a chance coming up this next weekend I'll be doing overtime to the tune of doing 13 days in a row. I'm not really looking forward to it, but with the goal of the year being to get an apartment or out of this apartment and into a condo, it's kind of like a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Not one I'm willing to take per se, but because I do want to keep streaming. I'm having fun with it, and the fact that I can also like mix in my other hobbies with streaming has been a lot of fun. I really like doing that. I want to do it more, but I want to make sure that I can achieve the goal that I have of this year, and that is getting at my own place to live. That's not just renting an apartment. I know that sounds like crazy, but I recently got credit card debt free, which has been a huge journey. I'm so freaking happy that I got that done. That has been a goal of mine for years. There's times where I could have paid it off and just been done with it, but then I wouldn't have had the sorry, my nose is leaking. Wouldn't have had the money for things that had come up that I wasn't anticipating. Namely things like car repairs, moving, etc., etc. So we took it gracefully as we could, and just was like, you know what? I talked to my dad and mom about it. They're like, no, this is probably your best bet. Just take that money, save it. You can pay off your credit card debt as you work. So that's what I did, and it worked. So don't feel like your goals are impossible to achieve. It just takes time. Time is one of the. It's often called the great equalizer for a reason. It's one of those things where it's like when dealing with insurmountable tasks, it's just break it down into levels that you can handle. You don't have to try to get everything done in one go. You can take your time, work at your own pace, play to your strengths, so on and so forth. Those are the things about tasks like that help. I need to take my own advice honestly more often than not in that regard, because like I got so many other projects I could be doing right now, but I'm wanting to die. Where's his neck? Where's this dude's neck? I already cut it out. Sitting here looking for brother's neck, and it's like, Where's neck? We do need A13 though. Oh, I'm sorry, I sniffled on stream. Oh, I'm a terrible person. Also, I might be slightly playing up my nasal issue right now. Not by much. It is pretty bad. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. What freaking letter am I looking for? A? The one I just buried again, probably. This is D1. Here we go. I need a A13. Here we go. This is A. Not my A13 though. There it is. There you are. Yeah, I literally had it in my hands like a minute ago. Way to go, Ed. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I do wonder, for those that are here, is there anything else you would like to see me do on these streams? I know it's kind of a little bit of a, like, ask, so to speak. It's kind of one of those ones where it's like, I don't know, you just do what you want to do. And it's like, yeah, I want to do what I want to do, but, like, I want to include you guys in my hobbies. So, like, for example, in June, whenever that month gets here, there's the rumor of the Lego, the Lego minifigs. Actually, no, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Give me a second. There we go. There was the Lego minifig pack where it has allegedly, and I say allegedly because it's not confirmed, but it's been leaked that they're doing a Bionicle character, like cosplayer in it. The cosplay character is supposed to be Tahu. So depending on how much you like Bionicle, if you know anything about me, I really like Bionicle. So I'm obviously going to be getting this, and I want to get Tahu. So I'm thinking about doing like some pack openings for it, and then depending on how much we get, we might raffle off one of those Tahus. I hope I get enough that I can actually raffle off a Tahu. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So hopefully, like if we get one, it'd be freaking cool as hell. I'm not gonna lie, because like I know it's not Bionicle. Like, oh, how dare they took my Bionicle away, brr brr brr. But it's like, look, dog, if they're gonna give me an opportunity to get my boy Tahu back, like, I don't think you all understand how much I really like Tahu. Like, I showed this off before, but it's like I got a 3D printed miniature of Tahu. He's not on my desk right now, but I have 2 of the gift with purchase Tahus that came out. I bought enough Lego to get both of them. The hope is, so yeah, like I'm gonna get Tahu. I'm sorry, it's just what it's gonna be, gamers. I am part of the problem. I own the fact that I'm part of the problem. If anybody has a problem with me being part of the problem, I'm sorry, take my wallet away. But no, so I'm really hoping to get the Tahu out of that grab bag of minifigs. I think it'd be really, really cool. But yeah. So I hope you guys are okay with me gushing about that for a hot minute. Bionicle is one of those things, dude, where it's like, I talk about it every time I do one of these building streams, but I do really miss that building system. I think I show off my Takanuva too every time I do a building stream. I do miss that, like, customization of building characters, being able to build, like, your own characters in a way. Oh, geez, I might need a cough. Hold on. I should put a keyboard bind or muting my mic real quick. There's... excuse me. There's a lot about that world and system I miss. And it's probably why I latched on to 30-Minute Fantasy as like my first Gunpla model build stuff. I say Gunpla, but it's Playmo. As Bob, the builder, told me the other day. The last building stream we did. Shout out to that guy. What a legend. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things where it's like, I want to like get more into it. And so this has kind of helped me do that. So no, I'm a fan. Let me see here. As far as everything else is concerned, I'm looking forward to getting into that more. I'm really wanting to do some more. Where's the other? Here we go. There it is. I'm really wanting to get into more model kits, but they are a bit pricey. I do work a full-time job. It's a very well-paying job. If anybody knows how well working for Genre Motors pays, you'll know that I am doing just fine. But I do have other responsibilities and other things I want to do, so I don't want to sit there and like try to buy a new model every other week. But I would like to do more of these build streams. And so one of the things I'm probably going to be looking to do is, I got another couple models on the way. I got the Liber Swordsman on the way, which is the Spartan Gladiator looking one. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one. I got that pre-ordered. And then I got the Lancer on the way, because I think the new Commander up class that's coming out is for that one. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm really, really hoping it is, because I do like the idea of like having flowing capes on these things. I know they're not made out of like cloth or anything like that, but the idea intrigues me enough, so it's like, yeah, I would like to get that. So I'm going to wait to see what it actually looks like before buying it, because if it ends up not being in the color scheme that I want, I mean, I could always paint it. Then it's like I gotta paint. And I don't have my stuff set up for that yet. That's going to be at the new... That's one of the condo goals, I call it. Is... Ooh, I fell on the keyboard. One of the condo goals is... Don't press P. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, there we go. One of the condo goals is having an area set up where I can do... like 3D printing, model painting, miniature building, etc., etc. So the hope is I can get to the point where I'm doing that stuff quite regularly, and then having the ability to, have a more streamlined setup for it, in the sense of like, yeah, we're just gonna go and enjoy this product, have a hobby corner where it's like I can make like custom, print out like specific customizable Lego bricks or model stuff for like Bionicle mocking, because I do enjoy building with Bionicle still. I really do. I just don't got the space for it in this apartment. Whereas like in my old place, I was in a 2-bedroom unit where I had an office that I had set up for a lot of that stuff, and it would have been really embarrassing if my mic was still muted. But yeah, so there's a lot of that stuff I just hadn't gotten around to yet, as far as that's concerned. So let's actually get back to... I've been kind of just like meandering with this build. Need 15 and 16. Should be these two. Looks like it. Hey, Shadow Glow. Nice! We're building a 30-minute fantasy assassin. It's the... Let me actually get the instructions here. We're building this guy. Deliver Assassin. Hope you're doing well, Shadow Glow. It has been a little bit. Hope things have been treating you well enough. I know life has probably been busy for you, as it has been with everyone, but, I'd like to make sure you're doing well. Good. It's good to hear. Yeah, no, so we're just building up another one of these figs. I don't remember if you were here the first or last one I did. But the last one we did, we built the Liber Priest with the Bishop upgrade. We built him. It was last week Friday. We did this on stream, and then did Lethal Company, and then when I was dead I went back to building. But yeah, we built him. And then we finished up the Dragon Lord. So he's done. Here he is in all his glory. His weapons are freaking sick. But yeah, so it's funny you hit that bit. The reason why I have that as an alert bit is the clip I did from Halo 5 for forever ago, where I'm playing zombies. I think it's like the only clip on my channel with like more than like 50 views. Was me singing that before I got a pretty funny kill against a zombie in Halo 5 Infection. Yeah. So that's why that one exists. That will probably be one of the ones that'll eventually go. But yeah, no, you're the best around. Ain't never gonna keep you down. There we go. So it goes. So you pop this socket in here like so, please. Man, this one's tight. Wow. Yeah, that would be a fun one. Yeah, I'm dealing with a cold. There we go. Good grief. That one did not want to click in there. Yeah, I got a little bit of a head cold going on. But other than that, things have been alright. Your boy has been thriving as best he can in this terrible world. I am doing well. do wish I wasn't sick, but I think that's everybody who's sick. They yearn for the days where like they could breathe out of their nostrils properly and everything. But no, I'm doing well. Um, there's a chance here in a little bit I will be doing a lot of overtime to the tune of working 11 to 13 days straight. So that's exciting, really, but you know, we're still behind units at work. And they want us to catch up those units, but they're not giving us a definitive number of how many units we need to catch up to. But like, there's no definitive number, only an alleged number. What's your cheeky question, Shadow Glow? What's up, buddy? I wait patiently as Twitch delay gets through. Can I ask for a follow? Oh. 20. Okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Wait, how much of a delay do I have? I thought I had like a 30-second delay at least. Huh. Really? Huh. That's news to me. Lucky me, I guess. What was I doing? But yeah, no, I didn't know you stream, Shadow Glow. What do you mostly stream? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, Warhammer. Like Space Marine or like actual, like, miniature and miniature painting stuff? Because honestly, like, that's a vibe if you do, like, mini painting, miniature building, and stuff like that. Because I, too, also have some Warhammer minis. I think I talked about this with you before. I have the... Where is that sheet? Hold on. Before I lose my train of thought here in my building. I have some Space Marines I want to do. Because I'm at the miniature. That's close enough. It's close enough for government work. It'll be alright. But yeah, no, I got some of the Space Marine. It's like a Devastator squad and like I think maybe a Heavy squad. They were on sale at a toy store near me, so I picked them up. B7. I am overlooking B7 so many times here, but no, I want to get them built and then done up, so I'm using them as tokens for my Magic the Gathering deck. But that's cool. What do you just do it for the hobby, or do you also play the game? I mean, it kind of looks like it's brushing something down there. I really need to wash this mat. It's a bit dirty. Really? Nice. I've been interested in playing the game, but it's a matter of like, I already have so many expensive hobbies as is. I don't need another one. As cool as it would be to play Warhammer in the capacity of like actually playing legit Warhammer, I do between Magic the Gathering, game streaming, and like just everything else I got going on, that's going to be something I'm aiming to do after I get a home. That's my home. That's not like an apartment I'm renting. Because like I want to have it where it's like I got 3D printing set up, and then I can do like have like D&D nights at my house for my friends, family, things like that. So I'm dying. Oh man, am I still muted? Okay, no, I'm not. That's always a fear because I don't have like a "Hey dummy, you're muted" button on my stream setup. So, nope. Is it really gonna be that way? Dude's got like some sassy hip action going on here. I ain't gonna lie. Very narrow hips. Um, Indeed. But yeah, no. So like, I'd like to get into the game. I say I stream. Oh, you just started streaming. Congratulations. Um, it's a lot, so don't get intimidated. The only reason why I'm streaming as much as I am is because my channel got monetized, so like I can get like subs, bits, things like that. Oh, you're just doing it off your phone? Well, good on you, dude. That's huge. That is a big thing to be doing that. So I applaud you taking that first step. It's a lot. Um, one of the biggest things about it is just like visibility, getting noticed, getting put out there. So it does take a little bit, but you just gotta keep at it, and you gotta like advertise yourself where people are cool with you advertising, so on and so forth, yada yada yada, the whole rigmarole and spiel, as it were. But no, that's awesome. Keep at it. Um, there's nothing wrong with streaming off your phone. In fact, I think for what you're doing with miniatures, that's probably your best bet because you can like have your phone set up and still see everything that you got going on your phone. Um, like I wanted to be able to have a better setup for when I go stream like actual model building, so it's not just like this perspective. It's like I'm working on an actual tabletop, but again, I'm kind of limited on room, so that's going to be later on down the line as far as my stuff is concerned. No, that's awesome. I'm glad you started. Because like the other thing too to know is like so long as you're having fun with it, that's realistically what matters. So just it's all good, Shadow Glow. It is all good. I am currently building the 30-minute Liber Assassin. It's from the 30-minute line from Bandai. It's 30-minute fantasy specifically. It's Playmo gunpla kind of build thing. So yeah, no, that's just what we're doing. We're just building that. So I need yeah. No, it does not take 30 minutes. If you're I think it's more so the idea is that they can be done in 30 minutes, but like dude, you got to be hauling and not distracted. But I think it's also because it's like I'm building these as I'm streaming. Somebody did a video a while ago where they were building or trying to build one in 30 minutes, and they're like, yeah, there's no way. It goes. No, and I think it's one of those things where it's more so like the idea is like it's just like a 30-minute hobby. Yeah. It's like meant to be something you can like take your time with, slowly get at it, slowly build up, so on and so forth. Hey, Mary. Okay, so unfortunately that is against the rules. I don't want people advertising their self here in Discords. Besides, this is also your first time chatting, so unfortunately, friendo, you need to. Can I? It won't let me do it there. Okay, we'll have to do it here. Okay, no, I gotta pull up freaking shut butt. You. Unfortunately, no, I don't like. I don't want people to advertise their discords here. I don't want people, especially with that message too, because that just reads as like a copy paste. I've seen it a few times. I appreciate the follow and all that, but unfortunately, Merity Ute, that's not allowed. So please do not advertise yourself here in that regard. With Discord, there's so many Discord. This back up here. Good lord, had to go in my other freaking bot to do that because OBS won't let me do it. But yeah, no, don't advertise your Discords here. That's against the rules. And suspected bot. So sorry, but not sorry. We were swift about that judgment here. It's for the safety of those that watch. I don't want people to get their accounts scammed and like turn into like, oh, join lobby 3 to help me build my new game. Okay? I don't tolerate it. I'm sorry, that's just instant. So, but anyways, what were we talking about? You built Gilman in about 1.5 hours. Yeah. Um, there's probably some people that can build these things that fast. I am not one of them at all. Like this will probably take me like 2 hours. But I also got big freaking meaty claws, and my hands are huge, so like that's probably part of it too. But no, you know, let's clip that off because we'll need that later. But yeah, um, man, I also hate it when bots show up and do stuff like that because it throws off the complete train of thought I had. But yeah, no, I would imagine at some point you could get these things down to 30 minutes. I'm sure, like Bob the Builder, the guy who was here the last building stream before we went and played Lethal Company, he could probably get these done in 30 minutes. No, it doesn't send another Huh? Shadow Glow, did you try sending something? My bot might have overreacted. Okay. Well, if they were to send another message, I only deleted their last one. I haven't banned them. If they want to try sending another message, that's fine. But, you know, if they were an actual person, they would have read the rules when they entered the chat and saw, yeah, don't advertise your Discord here. Again, it's just, I want to do my part to make sure people don't get their accounts stolen. And it's like, if people are in my streams trying to, you know, talk about their Discord or whatever, I'm going to be like, no, dog, don't do that. And in fact, cordially leave. Because I don't want people thinking that, oh, hey, this dude's a good person, and then they get sent this thing to try out, and then it's like, oh no, you just got scammed. Bye, buddy. All your Discord are belong to us. So no, I don't take that lightly. I'm very, very particular about that. Exactly. Exactly. More people need to be wary of people online. You know, you got to verify where people are from. You know, like you, for example, I know where you come from. Um, you're from that other friend group stream. So, you know, you just gotta be wary. And that's the other thing too for you. You talked about how you were just starting to stream. It's you're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna like push you to do like view bots and stuff like that. They're just trying to steal your Twitch account to turn into another one of their slop bots where they're having you push out and look for other people to go get for. No, forgive me language, brother. That is totally fine. This is it's okay to have a little bit of a potty mouth in this situation. I really only care about the language thing too when I'm playing like a kids game because my nephew sometimes watches my vods, so it's more so for that. But yeah, no, like if I was playing Manic Miners or Minecraft or one of those more obviously it's a kids game thing, yeah, it'd be a different story. But you know, here now you're fine. I ain't gonna bust your balls about it. But no, it's one of the things that's unfortunate is like it's really nice getting all these like first time streamers, first time chatters, but they're all just trying to get your account so that they don't have to waste the time and make an email because they can go through all your followers to then try to get more and more things, you know? So like all the people you follow, they'll go into their chats to try to, you know, get more people in on their farm, right? That's all it is. You might need. I can't remember what's it called. Um, there's like an Elgato capture card. Like Xbox One had the software built into it where you could like live stream You could live stream through their system. That's what like my Halo 5 streams were. My Titanfall 2 streams, those were all done on that through their thing. And like, I'll be honest, it had really good quality. I don't have any of those videos listed, but they're impressive to say the least. With how well the quality was for that. Does this one use? Hold on. Does this one use? I think it uses. Okay, it does not use shoulder pads in the traditional sense. So we're gonna just. Can I view the rules again? I think it's exclamation point. Exclamation point rules should bring up all the rules. So like if you go, there you go, and that bot just spams them. So yeah, hope that helps. Yeah, no, I appreciate you wanting to take a look at it. Again, it's just a matter of like wanting to be vigilant for others. Not that it's my choice how you act on the internet, like how a lot of these companies are thinking like it is their responsibility. Just be mindful of people that are trying to like be a little too friendly with you, trying to get information out of you. And that's why it's like such a big deal too that like Discord's doing this whole like ID verification thing. Okay, so thank you for asking about the 3-week rule. The 3-week rule typically is like what I would say is a respectable period of time for somebody who's interested in something to have had time to see the thing. Like an example would be, let's say we're talking about Markiplier's Iron Lung, right? That movie, his movie that came out that he did. Imagine 3 weeks after that movie came out. That's what the 3-week rule applies to. Is so if the movie's been out for 3 weeks, you can bring it up and ask it, hey, is it okay to talk about? That's all the 3-week rule means. It's just a way to like help people that don't want to be spoiled on something not be spoiled on it. It's also one of those things too where it's like I don't want games to be spoiled, especially if I've never played them. So an example would be, thank you. An example would be like, let's say I'm playing, it's something in my friend circle that we talk about. We all work pretty busy jobs, so sometimes we just don't have an opportunity to do something or talk about it. And me and my one friend, we got in a fight about it. And so we agreed that, okay, if it's something we're both interested in, give it 3 weeks. If you hadn't taken the time to watch it in those 3 weeks, I'm sorry, this is on you. But here it's slightly tweaked so that's a bit more respectable for those that do have a bit more busier schedules. So like they're not getting punished for not being able to see something or watch something. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, 3-week rule, you're going to get a slap on the wrist for spoiling it. Otherwise, you'll just get like a heaping reprimanding from everybody here being like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you talking about this? That's all it's meant to be. Yeah, no. I'm glad you find that funny too. I try to be somewhat humorous with my stuff, especially Edbot, because Edbot is just a silly little guy. That's all he is. He's just a little dude. At some point, when we do actually have the character art done for the channel, Edbot's character will be elaborated on more. The idea I have is Jared, the character here of the channel. What this model is based off of is a military experiment that ran out of funding and was canceled in the near distant future, whatever. It's basically just like a way to be like, oh, it's cyberpunk themed Dog Boy. And Edbot is the bot service or the robot. Oh. When Aether keeps playing games, he keeps mentioning killing shadows, so I say, what did I do? Yeah, we hunt darkness here. But no, so yeah, that's the 3 week rule. Edbot is meant to be the robot assistant that helps Jared do his job. It's energetic delivery. Oh, you're fine. Um, it's just meant to be like an acronym for like energetic delivery. So like his whole point is like helping, and so that's the character. But yeah. So, have you seen the character sketch? I'm not sure if I've shown you. You might have seen it. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't, but we do a lot of different things here. But yeah, I need to get to the other. They're right here. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, there it is. Posture reset 2. Nice, thank you. Hit me with a full-blown wombo combo there. What was I? Sorry, I'm also distracted too. But man. Yeah, no, you threw away 100 points there. I mean, they are what the name implies, Shadow Glow. You're just dumping points. It's very funny to me that you did that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I do. I find it so funny whenever somebody does it, because it's like, it's what the... I may look dumb, but I'm not. Oh! It is funny. Yeah, I'm glad you think it's funny. I'm pretty sure somebody actually did get a little upset about it, though, a while back. Because, like, I did have the whole, like, well, it's just don't do it. And they haven't been back since. So it's definitely one of those things I kind of get a chuckle out of, because it's like, well, yeah, dude, it's what the name says it is. Yeah. It's like there's no meme associated with dumping points. There's not, I promise. I'm not lying to you right now. I don't have something cleverly set up for something with the points being thrown away. I don't. I'm not that smart. I'm not that clever. But, there's some people just need to understand that sometimes you are the joke, and that's okay. It's okay to be the joke. It's just a matter of what you do with being the joke that leads into, like, when it's, like, too much, Like, I just realized I was building those arms off frame. I'm so sorry. Like, think SpongeBob ripped his pants episode. Oh, I ripped my pants. Oh, blah, blah. It's like there's sometimes where the joke, it's appropriate to be the butt of the joke, and then there's other times where you're just like, what are you doing? Whiskering to baby. Oh, Pato got knocked over. Like that, gingers are always the joke. Are you a ginger? Hey, no shade. I got gingers in my family. Hey, that's cool. Nothing wrong with being a ginger. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise, alright? You're proof that how DNA works, living in the flesh, and how recessive. Oh, good. I have friends that get a little upset about like ginger jokes. So, oh, and you have the blue eyes. Very nice, very nice. S tier ginger right there. Oh, I have not. Oh, no. Did I accidentally just cut a piece? Okay, thank God I did not. That would have been sad. That would have made me very sad. I have not had. That goes there. This goes here. Oh, the Risk Green Zone 2 soundtrack just fucking slaps. I love it so much. This is very good stuff. I probably should focus back on the model and not just like cutting off random things to like work on this thing at my own pace. But yeah, what army do you run? Do you do Ultramarines then? Because you mentioned you were building Gilliman and it took you like an hour and a half. So I'm assuming you do. Hey, there's nothing wrong with running the Smurfs. No matter what anyone says, the Smurfs are the reason why Warhammer is as popular as it is, okay? If it wasn't for the Smurfs, people wouldn't have Warhammer as popular as it is right now. Look at their most popular game right now. What game is that? Space Marine 2. I rest my case. A game focused on the blueberries. So whenever your friends try to like get all mouthy about like, oh, you're running Ultramarines, that's dumb. Just be like, dog, if it wasn't for us, you guys wouldn't be here. Shut up. Like, I like the Space Wolves, dude. Oh, you also play the Evil Smurfs. Very fun. Very, very fun. I need to get a sander. I just realized too, I forgot to clip in his collar. There we go. Night Lords. Yes, Night Lords. What is it? Ave Noctis Dominus or something like that? Whatever their like Latin thing is. Night Lords are cool. I like it that they're just a bunch of shitters. They're just like, yeah, we're evil people. Deal with it. Like, they're the kinds that would start saying slurs in, like, a public lobby in, like, Call of Duty and then make it your problem. Like, oh, how dare you say naughty gamer word 27. Like, they would call you the R word, and I'm only saying the R word because I got people that I know that don't like it when they're called, when people are called that word. They'd be like the ones that would unironically be like, yeah, get effed, Arsler. So yeah, we Night Lords are fun. They're just like a bunch of gangsters and thieves, and it's like brutal Batman for their Primarch, Conrad Kurz. Yeah, I know a little bit about Warhammer, not much. We talked about it before, but it's like Adric. It is the word that means slow, which is, kind of funnily the thing you did right now. You were a little slow on that. Nothing wrong with it. Hey, nothing wrong with being slow. I dropped part of the hand. There we go. Oh, the emotions. Oh no, the emotions. Oh, the emotions of this song. No. Oh, my nose. Okay, we need to focus. We're building the hands. So I need a hand. Goofy hand moment. No. Yeah, no, the R word. Yeah. Like, it was really funny explaining to my coworker, a friend of mine, what the R word actually was. Because he was like, call me slow, but I'd say on a dose because definitely. No, I feel that. I think it's one of those things where like everybody is technically on the spectrum in some sort of way. It's just a matter of like how well they've managed to handle it. I'm trying to say this in like the most polite way possible without insinuating that like, oh, everybody's this way, so we all should just be able to say words. I think it's a matter of tact, where it's like some people have more of an affliction isn't the right word, but it's the word I want to use. Where it's like they deal with it in a different way than most because it's just more their brain is dedicated to having to fight it. Or there's some people that are like truly insanely high functioning. it kind of developed is not the right word that I would want to use. It's more so like, some people are really good at getting math. And I know it's kind of funny because we're talking about autism and math. But you know how some people, like, numbers just click for them? But then it's like you get into math more and it's like they suck at geometry? Yeah. So, like, I you can have your football. I'll keep my American football. I don't really care for sports, so it doesn't matter to me so long as you have fun and don't harangue people for their likes. But no, like, the idea of, some people just click better with certain things better than others. Like, I'm a hands-on learner. I learn best by just being able to, like, let my hands do the work, and then the rest will follow. Oh, was it a joke? I had no idea, dude. I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's important to realize that not everybody is the same in the same regards as, like, how they can conduct themselves. Yeah. Is it meant to be like Spectrum United? Is it like Manchester United, or? 'Cause I don't know much about football. I'll keep it a buck 50 with you. Okay, thought so. All right. See, I'm not entirely daft. I'm just mildly daft. But yeah, we're putting the hands on. Um, I can make your hands clap. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but I clapped. It's snowing here today in Michigan. I know that might bother some, but I do really enjoy the snow. I find it peaceful in its own melancholic way. I don't know, man. There's just something about, like, the world getting blanketed in this white stuff that, like, symbolizes rebirth. That's really, really cool to me. Also, I'm distracted again. So we're done with the hands. We're on to the legs now, right? All right. We're not going to put these shoulders on because they're going to go in the bag, the part bag. Okay. No, you did. You asked me how I was today, but I'm doing well. I'm still fighting a cold. You asked me how I was after. Yeah, you asked me how I was after talking about. You wanted me to follow your Twitch channel so you could start getting channel point redeems. Yep, it's okay. It's been nearly an hour. I'm not gonna get too mad at you. We are only human. While perfection may be a goal, it is a journey that takes your entire life to get there. At least that's how I look at it. Um, but yeah, no. What were we talking about? No, I think it's one of those things, and it's hard to explain to people. After all, Daft Punk, dude, I almost cried when Daft Punk broke up. Okay, oh man, if their music wasn't so freaking copyrighted and, like, don't put the blame on. Oh, you're talking that song. I was thinking. Never mind. I assumed. I'm only human. Don't put the blame on me. Um, but yeah, no, I think it's important to understand how it is offensive to people in the same regard as, like, I'm gonna say gay, right? Like growing up in 2007's Xbox Live gamer culture, I learned gay first as something that was meant to be like you were calling something stupid. Right? You were calling something stupid, you were calling something dumb. That was my connotation of what gay was. It took much later on in life to realize that was not the case, but it was actually, a sexual orientation of people. I grew up in a very sheltered household, for one. So much to the extent that I didn't realize that my neighbor that my parents passionately referred to as a nurse she was lesbian. She had a partner. And, growing up, we didn't really think anything of it. We just thought Miss Penny was cool. Because she was a buff lady, all right? She was a an ER nurse she was jacked, like shredded six pack, went on mile long walks every day, kind of woman. And my parents, didn't tell us that she was gay. She just said, they just were like, yeah, no, it's, it's whatever. But growing up, we always, yeah, Miss Penny was the goat. I wonder what she's doing these days. But no, anyways, she was like our first exposure to people that were homosexual. And I say homosexual in the way of like meaning, trying to be as delicate and politically correct as saying this, because there are people that will disconstrue and take this out of context and be like, oh, he's calling it gay because it's dumb. No, I'm trying to express why calling things gay or the R slur or any of these other things, like a bundle of wood in Great Britain, are actually offensive to people, and why it's like, sitting there and taking the time to realize that, yeah, it's offensive to them because you're calling somebody that's just an idiot what they are. You're calling an idiot what this person truly is. Like, if I was to be gay and somebody was to be like, oh, that was really gay, well, then I'm now feeling insulted because you called this thing that's really stupid gay. When it's like, that's not the case. It's not, it's not that the thing's stupid. The thing is stupid. Just call it stupid. You don't need to be like, oh, that's gay. If this goes up on YouTube, it's going to get flagged because of like, oh, you're swearing. Whatever. Do it, YouTube. You'll be homophobic then. But no, so like learning that and having that understanding, it's like the joke about like, I would call you a, rhymes with punt, starts with a C, but you lack the warmth and depth. Same kind of energy. Is like, you don't want to call the thing gay because that's insulting to gay people, as much as just call the thing what it is. If the thing is stupid, call it stupid. If the thing is idiotic, it's idiotic. You don't have to call it gay or call somebody an F word or maggot that starts with an F, unless we're talking about, the kind of people I'm talking about. But yeah, no, it's a matter of like having that that discernment about yourself with this, and I think it's one of the things that people often forget when you're talking about this kind of stuff, because they're just knee-jerk reactions. Like, the same thing can be extended to pronouns, and like, oh, people getting all pissed off about pronouns. It's like, look, dog, pronouns are a part of the English language, for one. And two, is it really going to be that big of a deal if somebody asks you to respect around? Never keep you down. You're the best around. My nose is running. I better go catch it. But no, it's a matter of like understanding that it's really not that big of a deal, man. And I know it's like, but my freedom of speech, you're making me do compelled speech. It's like, yeah, but like, your compelled speech, like, it's such a non-issue. It's like, if we're gonna take up arms about issues or political issues, why are we taking up arms about like, oh, I just want to be called this? Where it's like, the bigger thing is like, well, your excuse for people not using a bathroom is because you don't want creeps to go into a bathroom and like harangue people of their opposite gender, and then feign the excuse of, oh, I'm actually trans. Where it's like, the cases of people actually doing that are very, sorry, this is going to get political, but it can be a bit confusing. Like, I was raised in being very respectful. So like, the thing that's been the hardest for me is transitioning from going the subject matter, and saying transitioning is really funny, but going from like addressing people as like, yes ma'am, yes sir, to then being like, okay, well, I can't just assume this guy's a sir right off the rip while I'm trying to still be respectful. It's taken a bit, but then you learn things like how to say words that are more what's the word I'm looking for here, more gender neutral for the most part, like saying things like chief, boss, words that can be more, you got it, like still being formally respectful in that regard was probably my biggest challenge about it. Because at the end of the day, it's like, dude, if they want to be called him, her, they, them, it's such a non-issue. It really is. Like, we got bigger fish to fry here in America right now. We should not be getting butthurt over somebody's pronouns. Like, we're still enabling people in positions of power that were implicitly caught in the Epstein files and not getting any sort of punishment. But yet you're worried about a person that transitioned wanting to be called the pronouns different to what their born gender was. It's also something I don't like talking about this stuff, but while we're on the subject and I'm sick, that's going to be my cope if somebody's like, oh, why are you talking all political right now? You're building a model. It's not that. It's more so I can never understand. Yeah, him, countless others, and not countless, they're in there. There's just nobody's wanting to do anything about it because they're all scared. But like, things being such a non-issue becoming issues, and like people getting like, oh, my freedom of speech is being infringed because you're making me call you something I don't think you are. That's fine. But I also want to emphasize what my original point was going to be is like, you want to have it where Granada. You want to have it where like you're doing your best to be in all things a good person and respectful to those that you don't understand. And it's like what I was getting at before. Thank you for reminding me through that grenade throw. The thing I was going to say is it's a cross I could never understand. Like, it's not something I am burdened with because I was born into a body I believed I was meant to be born into. Like, I, with 100% confidence, am like, yeah, I am 100% a man. I am 100% meant to have the genitals I was born with at birth. I was 100% meant to be this, bearded dude. Right? Like, I have no doubt in my mind that's who I was supposed to be. But there are people that have that struggle because they don't understand why their body is the way that it is and why they feel uncomfortable in it. Like, I struggle with weight, right? I'm a big dude. I am 5'11". I know the cope is like, oh, big boned, but I'm 5'11". I have hyperdense bones. That is a true thing. I'm not trying to cope and be like, oh, I'm just big boned. I'm not fat. I am fat. And I weighed yesterday. I was like 348. That's a lot of weight. I could probably easily stand to lose 100 pounds and still be utterly fine, and still be healthy. But it's a matter of like not letting, that's my struggle is like, and my struggle is food addiction, in comparison to like feeling like you're born in the wrong body. It is such a completely different and easy thing to deal with. I just need to not eat. This person is struggling with the fact that their soul is in the wrong body, and how do you even begin to cope with something like that, That's the difference. Right there in the nutshell, that's the difference. That's the thing that makes the biggest thing about this whole debate is right there. Is like, it's hard, people don't understand and lack the empathy to be like, okay, that is something I'll never be able to understand and struggle. At 15, you're 15 years old? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Shadow Glow is only 15. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. I'm an unk. I'm gonna be turning 33 years old this year. No, I'm cracking a joke about how young you are versus how old I am, okay? You're safe on Twitch. You're not at the age where, yeah, there you go. I was building it up. We do a little bit of trolling here and there. There it is. Nah, it's all good, slime. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just a matter of like being aware of these stuff. And it's like, it's a level of maturity that people don't seem to understand or comprehend, where it's like, yeah, people are born with struggles that are different than what you have. You know, one person might have a food addiction, another person might have a gambling addiction. Yeah, that's fine. It's because I don't have any of the stuff finished for them yet, like I've been talking about for the last umpteen streams. But I work full time at Bot. What do? You do nothing at Bot. You just sit there and divvy out my tasks to my channel. But no, it's one of those things where it's like, the world already is as cruel as it is to people, to everyone. And if the only thing you have to do to make somebody's day just a little bit brighter is just respect their wishes and be just, understanding to like what they would request of you, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. In the grand scope of things, it's not that big of a deal. And again, you don't have to. You don't have to respect their wishes. You're totally within your rights to do that, but you're still being a jerk, and people are going to call you out for being a jerk. So, but it's a level of tact, and it's like something as simple as, something as simple as that is like realistically all you need to do, right? You just need to be a stand-up person. You just need to be a good-hearted guy, and you will make somebody's day without even realizing like how much you impacted them. You're just being yourself, being just a cheery old chap, and just being nice. And it's like, there's so much good that can come from just being a nice person, and it literally takes you nothing to be nice. It's really funny too when I get in arguments about people that claim, they talk about being Christian, and it's like they use it as license to be a bigot. Hey, Romulus, how you doing, buddy? Hope things are going better for you. I hadn't had a chance to read over public chat in Rashira's Discord, but I hope you're doing better, buddy. I know things are rough. Trust me, I get it. I hope things are getting better for you, though, and your family. But thank you for stopping in. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing well, besides just being sick. We're building the 30-minute fantasy Liber Assassin model from 30-minute fantasy. It's a Bandai Playmo model. So yeah, we're just building that right now. Talking with Shadow Glow. But yeah, no, we're doing all right. Exactly, right there, Romulus. That's the thing. It is literally free. In fact, it actually helps you live better by being nicer, because you're not stressing yourself out over stuff. It costs you literally next to nothing to be nice. And if the world was just a little bit nicer, we would probably all have a better time in it. Anyways. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, Romulus. I appreciate it. Oh, we need the long collar boot here. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, no, we were just going on a talk about like how people make big deals out of things that don't need to be made into big deals. And I'm sick. I still got a cold. I'm hoping it'll go away soon. But we're gonna try to get through. I'm wanting to build this model tonight. So it's one part. There we go. One part. If you're curious about the music at RuneScape, I thank you so much, Romulus. That means a lot. Yeah, no, I do too. It's really annoying being sick and not having much of a voice, and then everyone at work wants you to talk about stuff. It's like, I would love to talk, dude, but I'm just not in the talkative mood right now. But yeah, Have you ever built like Gunpla or anything like that, Romulus? Also, it may please you to know, because I know you love spending bits over in Rashira's chat, you don't have to spend bits here to do alerts. They're all free. For now. Do with that knowledge what you will. My only request is if like you see the snips in my hand, don't do like a jump scare one. Well, alright, I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. When this channel goes affiliate, I do want to have some of the more intense redeems for the alerts bar having a monetary value to them to help avoid situations where like the stream is just devolved into like FBI open up on repeat. You know, I want to be able to have like people still enjoy the stream without like getting assaulted by noises. Oh, you've done 4 Warhammer 40k. That's cool. I got a couple of those. I know Shadowglow was...
Yo, guys, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand?
Yeah, what was that?
Hi, Soup Dog. How you doing, buddy? I'm gonna scoot. Well, Shadowglow, I hope you get a good night's sleep. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, good luck with your endeavors with streaming. I hope you get those follows. I do have a shout-out feature. Thanks, bud. You take care, all right? But yeah, so... Oh, you need to sleep too? Well, my European friends are going to bed, and that's totally fine. I hope you get a good night's sleep as well, Soup Dog. The video, by the way, that you did for Rashira, freaking phenomenal. Very well done. I enjoyed it. I mostly listened to it because I was at work, but still, great video. The clips you chose were pretty fun. So, it gets the Ed seal of approval. But yeah, so we're just building the 30-minute fantasy assassin, Liber. He blue. He's blue, gamers. He's blue. Blah 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 blah. Hey, you know what? You got it done, and that's the thing that matters. You can't rush perfection. You can rush yourself, but then you'll miss perfection on the way. So don't worry about it. In time, things will come. You know, trust me, in my nearly 33 years of being on this planet and working for General Motors for 10, I can assure you, good things comes to those who are patient, wait, and prepare. So don't beat yourself up over that, okay? You did great. You did phenomenal. So, and I'm pretty sure everybody who watched the video also agrees you did a good job on it. Man, I freaking love the Halo soundtrack so much. I know it doesn't look it on this camera because my video quality's a little balanced because I had to run this camera on default settings because I didn't like it. You know, and that's the thing, right? Is like if you rest on your laurels, you'll never know how far you can go in achieving things. So it's always a good idea to like sit there and think about how you could do something better in the future, so that you can be all that you can be. So keep going for it, buddy. You know, you'll get there, and when you finally get that video, you'll be beyond proud of how well it turned out. So just keep at it. You got this, Soup. Almost need to like take this wrist part off so I can get this part on there. No, the guy's van brace doesn't want to go on here. There we go. I have to do that on the other hand too. But yeah. No, you missed my talking about like, you know, my political talk, as it were. I seem to get a little bit of political stuff going on every once in a while here. I would have worked on the next video if I didn't fall asleep and my friend wanted to game all day. Hey, you know what? Do take the time to spend time with your friends, all right? Video editing will be there when you're done. Yeah, very scary stuff. I know. Can you imagine? I'm a freaking right-winger. I'm kidding. I will admit, I do lean more right on some stuff. But in reality, at the end of the day, I just want what's best for people, man. And I know I'm not, like, the smartest when it comes to that stuff. But I am aware that having an open mind... Oh, my hot takes aren't really hot takes. It's just, like, it shouldn't matter. Like, it doesn't take much to be nice to somebody. And, like, respect their pronouns and things like that. Or, like... anything of that regard. That's all it is. That's all it is. Nothing too crazy. Just be a stand-up guy. You know? And I don't like people hiding behind things like, oh, I'm a Christian, and then being an absolute bigot about stuff when that's not very Christ-like at all, things like that. Because I think it's important for people to understand that everybody struggles with things that they don't... It's a shame that that's a hot take, though, you know? Like, here's a perfect example. I am a dude. Biologically, through and through, I believe I'm 100% meant to be a guy, right? That's not a question in my mind. Never has been, probably never will be. But, like, I'm a dude. I love my anatomy for what it is. I don't sit there and get all weird about, like, oh, you know, or get, like, what some people would refer to, like, signs of, like, oh, maybe you should transition, you know? But the whole culture around, like, people getting butthurt because, oh, there's the other page. I got the pamphlet all backwards. The whole hot take of, like, it doesn't, you know, just respect people's pronouns, dude. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to kill you. Where's the arm? There it is. So the round part is up. I have that on backwards. But no, it's like, so I can't, so what I was getting at, though, is I'm a dude, meant to be a dude, never questioned my gender in that way. Through and through, I'm a proud dick haver, right? I enjoy having a penis. I don't have dysphoria about having a penis. I have dysphoria about other stuff, but that's stuff that I can take the time and effort to do to improve myself. You know, the struggles I have with my body are things that I can physically go and change by, like, being more exercise. It's freaking great. I love peeing and standing up. But what I was getting at with that is, like, I can't understand the struggle that somebody has with them believing that their soul is in the wrong gendered body. You know, like, their body is different than what they feel like it should be, you know? I don't have that struggle. I was blessed in a way to not have that struggle. And the prejudices that come with people that believe they're born in the wrong body, you know? Like, look at things in America, right? Like, we're really bad about that. You know, we claim to be a very Christian nation, but then it's like we don't take the decency to be like, you know, hey, this person's struggling with this thing. We should probably be nice to them about it and not try to, you know, set a bad example or precedent. I know it's like people talk about how it's like sexually immoral or whatever in the Bible, but it's also like a lot of the teachings in the Bible were meant to be in parables because parables are timeless. And again, this is like a serious conversation topic, and we're talking about it while I'm building frickin' a model. But these things are important and these things matter because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, well, I'm sure you're educated enough too to know about how, like, the country was founded by deists, people that wanted to get away from the religious theocracy of England, right? They wanted to get away from Catholicism. They wanted to get away from, you know, that stuff. So it's always really funny to me when people talk about how, well, we're a Christian nation. It's like, no, actually, we're founded by a bunch of deists. Yeah, the Denmark is, but I mean, also Denmark's kind of badass. So like, go Danes. I really hope Trump gets his freaking mind out of the whole idea of like taking over Greenland, because it's like, dude, it's not for national security reasons. If it was purely national security reasons, you would be okay with us still being able to station troops there, you know, with one of our NATO allies. I don't think that's a political hot take at all. But anyways. But no, that's the thing. It's like there's so much in this world already that we have to worry about. The last thing we need to do is add more things for us to worry about in this world that really shouldn't be issues. Yeah. All right. Yeah. There's so much garbage right now. But no, I mean, Optimus Prime said it best when he said, "Freedom is the right of all sentient beings." Also, are you cool if I skip this one? The library OST from Halo Combat Evolved gives me uncomfies. You know, well, we can skip Ancient Machine too. Yeah, I just like asking before just being like, yeah, it's my channel. I do what I want. I mean, it is my channel. I can do what I want, but you know, I want to be respectful about it. But you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it takes nothing to be nice, and takes nothing to like respect other people's wishes and not make them feel like they're pieces of shit for not conforming to like what you deem normal, because we all struggle with our own things. And I'm really tired of people that literally did unspeakable crimes to children. Three what? 3 streams. Congratulations, you've made it 3 streams, Soup Dog. Proud of you, buddy. I think Kasuna was on a 5 streak. I don't know if they've been lurking, but I know they've been having some problems in their homestead, so I hope they're doing all right. Congratulations on the 3 stream streak. It's actually nice to know I got those. I mean, well, reassuring, because I already knew I had them, but whatever. You know me in English, we're not that great. But no, I mean, it's a matter of, like, just not being a terrible person, and it costs nothing to be a terrible person, and I wish more people would realize that, and, you know, let things be. But yeah, I guess we can start working on the rest of this now. But no, if you don't mind me asking, what's the next video you're working on, Soup? Or is it, shh, don't tell because it's spoilers? I won't totally yell it and scream it to the heavens that, you know, you leaked the next video that you're doing for Rashira. Excuse me. God, the Restoring 2 soundtrack just freaking slaps. Ooh, on a Lethal video. Very nice. Very nice. I don't think she will, but I won't go around stealing your thunder about it. I'm honestly surprised we went back to Lethal Company, in all honesty, with the channel. I think it's because, like, Repo was just getting to the point where it was, like, a little too ridiculous. Like, Repo is still a very, very fun game. But I think it's just one of those things where it's, like, it can get a little much, you know, especially when it's, like, we get to some of the higher waves and, like, all we're doing is just dying the entire time. But that's kind of the point of Repo, you know? It's kind of the same with the Lethal Company, honestly, too. But I think it's also just one of those things where it's like, wanted to change your pace. I would love for us to have more community games that we could play, but I don't know if people have a lot of them, and that's why we don't. But yeah. So I kind of have it up on my channel as like a carte blanche schedule where it's just like gaming every day of the week. Ooh, community battle royale. Interesting. See, what I would do if I had like a community night is I would also probably do like Halo, but that's because I have just such a bias for first person shooters. Where it's like, yeah, I would totally do a community Halo night and just play Halo, but I know that not everybody in the Shira community is a fan of first person shooters. I know I'm kind of an anomaly in that regard. Where did that face mask go? Oh no. I dropped a part. Hack. I dropped a part. Need my phone. Oh no. My phone. Oh, found it. Found the part. Crisis averted, everybody. Crisis averted. Yeah, like, I don't think it's anything bad to be, like, an Overwatch fan or a Halo fan. I just know that it's one of those things where it's like, our tastes in games are all different, and there's nothing wrong with having a different taste in games. Realistically, at the end of the day, there is not a thing wrong with that. It's funny, my friend just sent me something about Trump over Discord. I need to reload my stream VOD. But yeah, they're fine. They're a good friend of mine. But no, it's just Trump being Trump. I about dropped that piece again. Would have been very, very funny. Assuming that seems right. Yeah, so here's the head. We got the little blue periwinkle part over it. So we do the mouth covering now. It's not half bad looking. See? I like that. I just wish it's my lighting makes it look more blue than what it is. It's more of like a periwinkle and like lavender, but okay, so now we need to do the hood. But yeah, but no, it's one of those things where it's like, with how much is going on in the world right now, the last thing we need to do is just be terrible people. It costs nothing to be nice. Just be nice. If it makes you uncomfortable being nice for like 30 seconds, you'll get over it. And now it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, by that logic, that person can just get over being, uncomfortable for their 30 seconds. It's like, dude, their whole entire life is them being uncomfortable. You couldn't understand it. So, but yeah, we're almost done with this model. It's pretty cool. Also, I don't know how long you planned on staying up for, but yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like, if somebody's rude to you, they've opened the floodgate for being rude to them back. Like most Christians will forget, but there is a scripture that talks about treat others as you want to be treated. And I think people need to realize that is a thing for a reason. And it's like, yeah, you should be. Oh, does it want that collar popped off? I think it does. It does. It doesn't want that collar on. Do I got my... There it is. There we go. Nice and easy. Come on out of there now, huh? There we go. I think these tweezers might be a little bit too big for that application. It's okay. We got it out of there. I think I need to take off the back real quick. Favorite rodent. I am a sucker for mice. As far as like rodents are concerned, like if I was to be like favorite rodent right now, mouse. They're just cute little guys with their big eyes and like just the sheer amount of oh shit, the energy that they possess. And also like I grew up watching like the Fievel movies, like Fievel Goes West, American Tail, and all that. So it's like I may have a little bit of bias because of that, but also at the same time, it's like, yeah, mice are pretty cool. Hi, X. I am building the 30-minute fantasy Liber Assassin model. My voice is so cooked, but welcome to the chat. I'm building this guy. I'm almost done. I love wood mice. They're literally the mice of mice. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Man needs some water? No, X. I need to get my freaking voice back from this damn cold I have. But no, I will drink just for you though. But no, we're building the 30-minute fantasy Liber Assassin model. We're almost done with the base model, and then we'll be doing the upgrade. Will be the Slash Assassin. So I also probably just need to clear my throat. It's been a while since I've done that. But no, we're just hanging out, chilling, being dude bros and all that. Yeah. So, the hood. This kind of goes on here funnily. So you put the back of the hood on first, like so. Oh, never forget. Never forget. Such a good song. I love the Halo soundtrack, man. X, are we ever going to play through Halo? I think we should. See, look. Ta-da. Head done. Head done. Oh, my man, you have not given me a date. I mean, whenever, I guess. I don't have a timeline. I just know I'm working a lot, so. But no, if, yeah, whenever. I hate to put you on blast in public like that, but I just thought about it because the freaking Halo music came on. We also need to play more Battle Block Theater. It was so much fun doing that. Okay. I need the instructions again real quick. I put them over here. That too. That was so much fun. So the back gets this. I'm gonna clip on his butt plate real quick. Ta-da. Excuse me. And then we got this, which takes. Okay, so the flare up is like this. Okay. So we go. All right, Soup Dog. Thank you so much for stopping in, bud. You take it easy, all right? Goes on there like so. This goes on here like so. God, it'll be so annoying if I have to take those off when I do the upgrade kit for it. Yeah, Soup Dog's the goat. We like Soup Dog here. But yeah. So no, you haven't missed much. I just see, ta-da! It's done. Well, besides putting the little knives in his pockets, but you know we can do that right now. Oh yeah. I hope your day went well. Hope things have been going somewhat. Are you staying warm up over there, X? We got more snow coming down. The heater just kicked on here, so. I'm distracted by. Dude, the tail is. Soup was commenting on it earlier. You just had a blizzard? Yeah. I didn't know if you got more snow or not. Yeah, Soup was commenting on it too. He's like, is it brushing stuff off your desk? No, I just have a really dirty mouse pad. There you go. Ta-da! The Liber Assassin is completed. So now, what we're going to do is upgrade kit called Slash. So before I went to bed again, I was excited. Aw. Does Hades like the snow? He better. Snow is pretty awesome. Instructions out of there. Okay. He was confused by it, grabbed a snowball of it to show him, and he just sniffed it. Yeah, that sounds like a very cat thing. I'm not gonna lie. Sounds like what a cat would do in that situation. Okay. Pretty sure he was eating snow out the window. Did you sleep with the window open last night? I honestly thought about it myself, but then I'd have to like open up my blackout curtains, and I just wasn't gonna do that. It's too bright where I'm at for that. That's good. That's very, very good. That is always a concern. This building does, but I think it's purely because of the fact that they have the freaking the breezeway walking up into here set to like 90 degrees the entire time. It's always hot in this place. Always. Always hot in this place. I'm going to move these extra parts out of here real quick. Okay, so now that you're here, I'm also going to show off the other models we built on stream. This is the Dragon Lord. He's actually really, really cool. He's got like clawed fingers and clawed toes. And look at that tail. And then we did last week Friday, we built the Liber Priest Bishop upgrade, which is this cool dude here. I'm a fan of it. Not as big of a fan as I am with the Holy Knight, but that's up on my entertainment center behind me, and I don't want to get up. But no, those are the two we built on stream so far. I got another one coming. It's the Lancer. I ordered that not too long ago, so we got the Lancer, Liber Lancer. That's coming in, and then we got a couple of Flame Toys Transformers we're going to be building. We got Megatron and Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime from the 80s movie. Alright, let's get to work. So we need to do... so it says to take out... So we're going to do that. I have seen those, and they crack me up. I would like to go just to, like, shit talk Megatron, but I don't think I'll have the chance to go anytime soon. So we need to take off some of these parts real quick. Oh, my nose. There we go. So we got the torso right there. All right, so we're going to start with the legs. I got sick last week. Technically, it was like, I thought it was just a regular cold. So it was like last week, Friday, I started coming down with it. But then like Saturday, I had a migraine. So I was like, I'll be all right. And then no, it's probably just a headache from this. God, this piece is so annoying to cut out of here. There we go. So I've had it for about a week. It should be clearing up here soon. I haven't gone to the doctor yet or anything, but if it's worse tomorrow, I'll go. I technically have vitamin B12 with the Gamer Subs I drink, and my doctor has recently put me on magnesium because that has been shown to help with sleep, and that's the thing we believe that's what's causing my migraines to trigger is just a lack of sleep. So, but no, I have vitamin B12 through my through drinking gamer subs. But yeah, so this is actually really cool how many freaking weapons you get in this set. At some point, I do need to figure out how to make it so that Spotify will show music up on here without having to constantly resize the Spotify window. There we go. Swords out. Oh, the clips are still here, though. It has been a hot minute since you streamed. But I think there's something like fun about, for me at least, what's been fun is like just giving people a window into my little hobbies and things that I enjoy. And it's been fun. Like now that I got 2 webcams, that's why I have this the dog boy model and then the desk showing off, is I have 2 different webcams set up. It's been so nice having that because I've like been able to show people more of a world that I enjoy. So it's been nice, and it's also, you know, it's going to allow me to do more things than what I would normally be able to do. Like one of those things being like, being like building magic decks, building models, doing like pack openings, things like that. And then also, like just having like real life conversations, but then also having the dog model below to be like a stim for people. So, but yeah, so we're also, there's a chance I'm going to be working like 13 days straight here soon, which is not going to be fun, but you know, it'll be money that goes towards the condo that I'm hoping to get this year yet. That's the goal, at least. Yeah, straight. I know it's like I just said it so nonchalantly, but yeah, we'll be working, if we do get approved for it, we'll be working from March, I got a calendar here, we'll be working from March 2nd through March 14th. So, yeah. Basically works, I talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but basically work's been saying we're behind on units with no proof of how many units we've been behind on, like legitimately. And so the union's been fighting it, and so what the union has been counter offering is like allowing people to volunteer for extra shifts. An example being like working a Sunday production. And it's now fallen to our shift to be the one to do it. Now, mind you, we also were the shift that got forced to work a Saturday when no other shift did. We were forced to work 5 weekends in a row. We just got over that. But no, like I had a migraine this last Saturday, which was the last Saturday of the stretch. So this has been my first full weekend off in 5 weeks. Which is like, yay, cool, money, whatever. But it's like, I don't care about money. I make enough as is. So it's like, all the extra money I've been getting has kind of just been like going into like getting things ready for when I get, you know, go to buy a home. Where did we clip on? I guess we can stick with the spikes. Give him some blades. But yeah, the hope is, and I'm not even joking, like with the condos that have been going for sale over here, like the ones with the unfinished basements are like what I've been mainly looking at, because then I could like turn them into like an area for streaming and things like that, which is what I'm really hoping to do. So I hope that I do get that one of those ones, because then I can like set up my gamer dungeon, as I've been calling it, where it's like I have, you know, stream stuff, I have Basically, yeah, all that kind of fun stuff. Every which way. Where's his other leg? There it is. Yeah. Let's see here. Do we want to put on... Can I do both? I want to see if I can do both. Because if I can do both, I'm doing both on these shoulders. I don't know if I can do both. Let's see here. Oh, it allows me to do both. Man, he is a spiky, edgy boy. Alright, it's going to be a little particular about the shoulder, so we're going to have to take it off to do it. There we go. Slots in there like so, and then this just goes right over the top. Like so. And this just clicks back into here. Like so. But you know, it's been fun streaming again. Yeah, I'm so sorry about my nose. It's been running like the dickens. I should probably blow it again. Having a trash can next to my desk has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. Alright. Oh, so it's only for one blade. I guess so. It's fine. I really dig this color scheme of having like the white. At first I was kind of disappointed that the Liber Assassin Slash had like white pieces because of like, oh, it should have like a different color because it's like periwinkle and blue. I know it doesn't look periwinkle on the webcam, but it is. My lighting is making everything on my webcam kind of show up in a brighter shade. But I think it's because like my PC is just not liking having two webcams running at the same time. Is my hunch. Because it definitely does not like... Okay, so it goes... Piece like this. With the SEP. Like that. And then you close the fancy blade. Oh, not far enough, not far enough. There we go. Like so, check out that blade. That thing is wicked. Look at that. Look at that. Got the OG Halo theme playing. Very nice. This is definitely going to have to be one of the hands here. So let's open up the hand here for this one. Oh, F. That just fell to the floor. Oh, thank Lord, though. It landed on the little rug I got by my feet. Ah. Here we go. Oh. Come on now. Check it. Look at that. Look at that. So freaking cool. Let's put that shoulder back over. Yeah, like that. That's pretty sick. All right, and then let's do the big blade. We'll have him reverse hold it. There we go. Good little reverse action there. Technically one of the worst ways to hold a sword, but well, this dude's edgy. He don't matter. It don't matter to him. He's just there to slash things up, baby. Let's put that back down. Elbow up a little bit. We'll drop this arm down and to the side, like so. See? Very cool, as they say. Slot this knife back into his thigh holster. Slap this back on him. Although with these narrow hips, it might be a lady. Would be cool either way. I'm just having fun with these models. I like these things so much. Narrow. Alright, so, like, it's kind of hard to see here. But, like, you see how, like, in line with the torso it is? Like, it's pretty flush. I don't know. I don't want to call this thing a femboy. But, like, if I show you the priest model... Now let's pull up the priest model. This dude's hips, it's kind of hard to see, but they're not as flush. Oh, I guess they are. Maybe I'm just dumb. But you see like how close to the torso frame that is? It's kind of hard to point because my finger gets in the way and the dude's staff's in the way. But you see like how flush that is? On this model, because it doesn't have something... Like this model has something that goes over it. It kind of buffs out the hips a little bit. This one doesn't. So it's like just freaking thighs. And a very narrow set hip. Well, the rest of the torso is like pretty, pretty built. So put the helmet back, head back on. Let's clip his other swords to his back. Or their back, I guess. Oh, my nose, my nose, my nose. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even notice. These clips are actually at a different length, so you can like cross the blades over the back. But there he is. The Liber Assassin Slash. Complete. And it only took me like 2 hours. Yeah. So I got a little bit of time yet. I'm okay with going a little bit longer. We're going to go ahead and take the Rosen Assassin, which I've had on this stand. Is this white one. With that faceplate, we're going to go ahead and give it its upgrade as well. I did give it the extra dragon wing that the Dragon Knight came with, because I do plan on kit bashing this model a little bit at some point too, making it a bit more demonic. But first things first, I'm going to take this dude apart a little bit. So we'll go ahead and move this guy because he's now completed. We'll put him over here on the beanbag footrest of all the other models I have currently. So we'll have to take this wing off too for now. Take off this leg. Let's take off these daggers. Take off the helmet and head. I'm such a fan of these models. They're really, really cool to me, X. Golly, my shoulders hurt. I've been kind of like holding my arms up while I've been doing this. Set my phone back down over here. Okay. Where's the other? There it is. I forgot I already had opened it up and set it down there. Oh, I did not open this bag all the way. Let's fix that. There we go. Set this over here. We'll have to put those in the trash at some point. But yeah, so here's this guy's pieces. But no, it's actually really cool too how they work. So they have like different cross sections where you can like put armor and stuff on. And so it's really, really customizable in that regard. And I like that a lot. It tickles that part of my brain that's like, tinkering. Yes, tinkering. Let me tinker. But yeah, other than that, we are gonna get this one done. Also, I'm sorry for not messaging you sooner to let you know about the stream being on. That's my bad, X. My bad. Friday after work, probably around the same time as tonight. Yeah, you might have been asleep. We have such different schedules, X. My hope is Friday night after work, I'm going to be doing another pretty big stream. My hope is I'm thinking about doing Dishonored 2, doing some more of that. Or I might do like Halo Infinite before going into like playing Lethal Company. But we'll see. My other friends might want a game. I don't want to deny them that, but we'll see. We'll see. They might have already made plans. Because like I know with my sister, we're finally getting together for a D&D game. Which is pretty cool. Finally doing that. It's taken us forever. No, I'm excited. Very excited for that. My boy Jorvin finally gets to be played. I'm hopeful by that point too my throat isn't so junked up and I can actually like talk. I think it's our session 0 though. I don't think we're like actually starting the game officially yet. But I can hope and dream, so that is what I'll do. It's also funny how this dude has like horns. Really feeds into that like demonic look. I like that Rarg. I'm an evil assassin vibe, but it also kind of looks like antenna. See, he's got a little antenna. All right, let's do the shoulders. He looked like a bug, yeah. You do kind of have them little bug ears, bug antenna. Wait a second. Do I have these shoulders on backwards? I might have these shoulders on backwards. Hold on. Have I had these shoulders on backwards the entire time I built this thing? Son of a gun, I have. Whoopsie. Yeah, it's alright. It's not the end of the world. You look like a bug. So this needs to go like so. Yes. There we go. My nose. But yeah, there's that. Let's go ahead and put this one on too now properly. Is it bad that I can like say with almost 100% confidence where this song is at in the Halo 3 ODS or OST? I feel like it is. But it is on The Covenant. It is when you're doing the beach assault to take the towers to prevent the Prophet of Truth from activating every Halo ring. Oh, easily. With how long this game has been out and how much I played Halo, easily a million times, if not dang close to it. But yeah, there's... I really like these, like, wrist blades. Those are so freaking gnarly. Oh, his knee pads are even technically different. That's pretty cool. Where are his knee pads? Oh, they're on that one. Okay. They're with his weapons. Yeah, I've listened to the soundtrack a lot. I think technically my only regret with the soundtrack was that I never actually, like, outright bought it. Like, even on Apple Music when I had an iPod. Well, I had the CDs from a friend. That's where I got them from. But I also think it was one of those things, too, where, like, growing up, it was just, like, we played Halo so much we didn't really need the soundtracks, you know? Would've been cool, though. Owning these on vinyl would be freaking sick. Maybe that's something I should get when I get my condo. That's what I need to do. I need to make a list of things I want to buy when I get my condo or house. My new residence, my permanent residence. I really want like a nice stereo speaker. I think that'd be pretty cool. Would I use it? Probably not much, but it would be nice to have. Well, yeah. So, oh, you'll find this terribly tragic at work. They're starting to crack down on FMLA usage. The unions already get involved about it. But it's really funny that the guy that's like pushing it hardcore has always been like this just piece of shit ever since I've worked with him. Because he was one of my first group leaders down south in Spring Hill. And he transferred to Bowling Green to work at that plant. And then ended up here in Lansing, Michigan. And no, he's pushed this memo out to group leaders to basically interrogate people and put them on notice for using FMLA to leave halfway through their shift. Where it's like, well, it's FMLA. They shouldn't get punished at work for using their FMLA outside of like already getting punished for like not getting paid for days that they use their FMLA. And it's just more proof that this dude is just one of the just a terrible person, for lack of any better terminology. He's just a dick. He should never have gone per diem because he's just like had this ego trip ever since. But it's one of those things where it's just like I sit there and I think about how like I've often talked about with you is like bigoted Christians that use their Christianity as like a shield for their bigotry. He's 100% one of those kind of people, and it's very, very sad. But it just sucks because it's like you got people who like have FMLA for taking care of their kids, or like there are issues that they have with like whatever they got going on in life, and it's like, okay, so now we're just going to punish them because they have a situation that requires them to not be at work, and this government thing that we have is being basically like held against them as like, oh, you're being a bad worker. So yeah, it's gonna get bloody. I've all but said it's like if they're gonna start coming after me for my FMLA usage, they better be ready because I'm getting a lawyer because I'm not having it. I get chronic migraines. They're just a thing I have now. Outside of like maybe doing injections to get rid of them, there's nothing I can do besides just like I'll eventually have a migraine. And like I don't even miss that much work as is in comparison to some other people, because like there are some stipulations still with FMLA that you need to meet in order to use FM or like have FMLA. Like you need to have You know, you need to have like so many hours worked and so on and so forth. So it's like there are already things in place to kind of like prevent people from abusing it. But it's just one of those things too where it's like it really shouldn't matter why somebody has it. They shouldn't be questioned for the legitimacy of their FMLA, because it's like they got FMLA through their doctor and it's a government thing. So, but they're doing it because they're basically working us to the freaking bone. Like I mentioned to you, like our shift has already done 5 weekends in a row. We've had no work-life balance for months. Like I can't remember the last month up at this plant where we've had like a month without being scheduled a Saturday. And that's crazy because like in Spring Hill, I remember them because I could remember the ones that we actually ended up working a scheduled Saturday. So like I know it might be a little bit of like, oh, you know, culture shock from going from a plant that didn't work any Saturdays to like one that's working like every Saturday. But it's still one of those things that's like really annoying because it's like, you know, people have lives outside of work. You know, they got family, they got kids, you know. And you're gonna harangue people for using something that was given to them by the government to take care of their kids and family and all that. I mean, get the fuck out of here. So no, I'm a little heated about it if you can't tell, because it's like one of those things where it's like it sets a very dangerous precedent, and it's one of those things that's just an easy slam dunk to get rectified and then like send and get that person fired for that memo, because that's like, you know, this freaking hand. There we go. Come together. I feel that miserable people just like, yeah, no, that's 100% what it is. Misery loves company, and this dude is a miserable piece of shit at the end of the day. You know? Like, he also has like a very, like, he tries to be intimidating. He often intimidates people. He's just a clown in all the sensibilities of the term. Like, he always acted like he was a big shot down in Spring Hill, even though he was just a group leader. I remember one time we had a week where we had no production because we were like in a breakdown retooling for a model year changeover. And instead of laying us off, they just kept us in the plant working. And by working, I say that with quotation marks because we just showed up for our shifts and then did like nothing all day long. We did, in fact, one of the days we actually like went to the cafeteria and played Magic the Gathering, Cards Against Humanity for like the whole day. It was so much fun. But that kind of leads into that problem of like, well, it's not our fault that you guys don't know how to do your jobs, right? Oh,
Oh, no. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Where did the piece go? I hate losing things against Gray. Is that it? Nope. I'm gonna need my phone.
I lost one of his shoulder blades there. Where's my phone? It's underneath the instructions.
Where did that go? I might have to take off my headset so we can actually find this freaking thing.
Headset's off. Hey, children. Found it. It is RuneScape. It is the it's either the original or the 25th anniversary. Yeah, it's Dogs of War from the original audio track. But yes, it is RuneScape music. This playlist I made it's RuneScape, it's Risk of Rain, and it is Halo. Because they're all like copyright, like for use, or like fair use or whatever. Like I'm not gonna get a slap on the wrist from like Universal for using their music in a live stream. So it's nice having that option. I do got like bug ears. But yeah, here's our guy. Now we're gonna put the rest of the stuff on him. So we can put this knife into this thigh holster. Yeah, it's funny. This playlist has like a bunch of my hyperfixations in there. I could technically add one more, but I have no idea how the copyright is for the music because it's like for Bionicle. And the Bionicle movies are Miramax, which is technically owned by Disney. And I don't want to deal with Disney. So it's like, I don't want to mess with Disney, so I'm not gonna chance Disney being all like, oh, you owe us money now. Because, like, Disney, I'm not affiliate yet. Jump off a cliff. Go fight with Bezos. Yeah, no, like, that reminds me, too. Like, when I worked for Publix, it was such a stupid thing having to explain to people, like, yeah, no, I cannot use Minnie Mouse on a cake unless it's, like, an approved design that Disney has allowed us to use. Yeah, check out with that dragon. That's pretty sick. So yeah, like having to deal with Disney and soccer moms having to explain to them that no, we can't make a cake that looks like Mickey Mouse. But yeah, no, Disney fucking sucks. All right, full stop, no meme. 100% discourse activated. Disney sucks. All my homies hate Disney. Disney World does have good food. I will give it that. But, like, other than that, like, sincerely, Disney, go jump off a cliff. Probably shouldn't joke about that on Twitch. But what are they going to do, huh? They're going to send the police after? They're going to send the Fun Time Brigade after me? You know what? Actually, we're not going to put any blades on your back because we're going to put those in the items that we have. So we'll put those blades right there. Yeah, here's the Rosen Assassin with the Assassin Slash upgrade and a Dragon Wing. Let's see here. We'll get this back on the action stand. I do too. I really love that wing. I honestly might buy another Dragon Lord up kit so I can have another wing for this dude to make him look like more like demonic. Because I think that'd be really sick. Let's put him back on his action base here. Give him like that demonic one angel look. Like boom. Alright. So we got one more thing we can build. It won't take too much time. We've been going for about 2 hours. But I want to make sure you can get some of those widgets. Actually, as a mod, do you have infinite channel points, or do you need to earn those as well? I've never actually been a mod on Twitch, so I wouldn't know. I do not. Okay. I think there's a way I could give you points. Okay. I could gift you a sub, and then you would earn them faster. But yeah, so we got the night option thing here. We're gonna work on this real quick too. But I think this is one of my favorite things about these kits is like just how much they allow you to do. And like how many custom parts they come with. But yeah. And like how many different things you can do to upgrade them. You don't have to worry about subbing. If anything, I would honestly pay for your sub. Like full stop, no meme. I would do that in a heartbeat. I have no problem with that. You are a good friend of mine. I am okay with doing that for you. if you really wanted sub. But you'd have to ask. So then I know you'd want it. Don't worry, I won't make you ask in public. You can ask over Discord. But like honestly, like because you do mod for this channel, I would feel well, I'm not affiliate, so I don't get ads. I'm what they call monetized. So like because I'm monetized, I can earn bits and earn subs, but I don't get ad money, so they don't play ads on my channel. Once I get affiliate though, that's when I would start getting ads, but then I also get ad revenue because then I can also control how frequently ads play. I'm not going to be a degen about it because a lot of people that do turn into my streams aren't rich with money, so I don't want to like have them feel like they need to pay to sub, because that's just mean, right? Like I don't want to take advantage of people that are free users by having them miss out on, you know, parts of the stream because of that. It's like I was telling chat earlier, when I do get affiliate, some of the alerts, like if you look down below, you should see that I have alerts up. Some of those alerts will stay free if I can keep them all free, and then some will just go to like 100 or whatever. So I do want to try to keep things as consumer friendly on here as possible. Yeah, they'll still do ads. You can set to like a certain amount, but it will still automatically play ads. But the idea is if I ever do get affiliate, I want to have it where it's like the money that I earn from here goes back into the community and like back into like upgrading the stream in all senses of that terminology. I don't know if I've ever actually talked to you about my plan for the stream stuff, but in what I'm wanting to do is when I do get affiliate, I want to take some of that money to get basically put back into the stream. So it's like I can get more equipment, I can do more work for it. Like maybe have it where it's like we eventually get like an actual VTuber model of the dog boy character I have for the channel. Things like that. You made 2 quarters on ad revenue? Yikes. Well, I know it's not a lot of money, but it's one of those things where it's like it'll be like a goal. Because like I do work full time, so it's like I got money, so I don't have to worry about it. But it's one of those things where it's like I want to give back to the people that helped me get to this point. So like helping with like maybe doing like a raffle gift sub for them that's just out of the money from like the subs that I get and whatever else have you. Or I want to. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, X. I would probably honestly do like a ToonTuber model before I do like a full-blown 3D model. Well, there is Blender. Blender's free. There's a lot of tutorials out on Blender on how to do it. I was actually looking into Blender because I want to do a what they call a BioTuber model, which is basically just using the BrickLink Studio application where you can like digitally build Lego sets, and you can like plug in those models into Blender and then rig them for like VTuber Studio or any of the other like VTuber apps to have like as an actual model. So that's something I was working on myself because I think it'd be fun when I do like play like a Bionicle game to have like a Bionicle character for the stream. So on and so forth like that. But it's also one of those things too where it's like I just don't have the time to learn Blender and stream and work full time. But the hope is to get affiliate, and then whoever subs and whoever gives to the channel, that money will just go back into the community to like, you know, let them also get subs and things like that, like gift subs. Because that's the other thing too, people, I don't think people know is like We are talking Bionicle again, Mint. Hi, hello, how are you, buddy? Hope you're doing well. No, I was talking about one of the other models I'm working on for streaming. You've missed it, I think. I don't know if you've been here the entire time, but we finished the Barnacle. But no, we finished the up kit for the Assassin Rosen, along with we finished the Liber Assassin up as well, which is right here. So we finally finished a model on stream. We finished one model and 2 upgrades. So we're actually going through right now to build the other item shop pieces that I have to get them ready to go onto a model at some point as well. So we just built 2 chests. You know, we got a gray chest and then like a trans blue chest. But no, I hope you're doing well, Mint. It's been a hot minute since we talked, but I hope you're doing well. It's good seeing you. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I have a cold. It's been rough, but we're getting through it. And we're just listening to RuneScape, Halo, Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack stuff while we're model building here and yapping. Well, yeah. Hope things have been well for you, buddy. Good. I'm glad to hear that, man. Well, I guess technically read that, but no, I'm glad you're doing well, bud. Oh, I just bumped my keyboard. Hopefully that didn't do anything. I really like these face masks that this kit up comes with, too. They're very freaking rad. Like, we got this one right here, which is kind of more like a, I guess you could say like a more grotesque focus camera looking one, more villainous, and then you got this one which is more of like your simple errant knight look, which is pretty nice. And the other thing that's really nice too that this comes with is it comes with this plume that I'm wanting to be very, very careful cutting out of here because the feathers on it are very, very, very small. Yeah, like it comes with this plume, which I'm realizing I'm holding in a way that you can't really see it. There we go. But yeah, I use that one currently on my female knight that I've made and kit bashed together, which I think I've shown you both. I'm not sure. But I will show you here in a second once I get this last chest plate cut out of here. All right. There we go. Last piece cut out of there. Let's put this in my trash bag. I might need to take this trash bag out here because it is full. So the shield, let's put the shield together. The shield actually snaps together very, very satisfyingly. If I can line it up right. No, you won't be able to hear it because it's so far away from the mic, but it's very, very tight click. But yeah, so quick shield done. All right. So we're gonna build these shoulders different from what I did on the other one. Because you see these this piece right here, this like tassel piece, this up kit comes with 2, and then it also comes with 2 different shoulder pad types. You got these more like rounded, I don't know what you would call that, like Spalding plates, and then you got like the segmented shoulder plate. And like on my female knight character I got here, she uses those ones with the round kind of like disc piece on them. And so with the other one, I put those like tassel pieces on into that shoulder instead of the disc. So I'm gonna do the reverse and put those tassel like plates on the segmented plate shoulder and see how that looks. Because the thing about that little disc piece is I didn't realize it at first, but it is so stinking hard to get that back out of there. I basically just gave up. Trying to remove it out of there. And it was not coming out. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're not even going to bother with it. We're just going to let it fly, let it ride. So yeah, we're going to try them. The tassel plate into the shoulder on this shoulder and see how that looks. Because if I like how it looks, that might be one of her no shoulder pads. Spalders, maybe? I'm terrible about medieval nomenclature for armor pieces. And it's a shame, too. The guy that I used to watch a lot on YouTube for medieval theme, like historically accurate medieval stuff, basically became an AI shill, and I was tired of listening to him talk up AI. So, we're not going to name his name, but if you know, you know. Still did great content, and I think that's the thing that made it the most annoying, was he just evolved into, like, I almost want to say grifting, but that's not really what it was. It was pretty darn close to it, though, I'll tell you that much. Let's go ahead and snip this free real quick so we can break this trash down a little bit easier. Yeah, I really hate that AI is like on Spotify as like a legitimate category of music. It does drive me up a wall. Cause like I like listening to artists that actually like put in forth effort and like, you know, do music themselves. Like our actual artists, like Essinger is a great example of an artist I like. They kind of do more of like this like edgy alternative punk music, maybe is the way to describe it. I'm terrible at describing their music, but they do more of that kind of thing versus like anything else. Ooh, look at that looks pretty cool. So it's one of those things where it's like I just kind of like I really do hate that AI is taking over. And like some of my bands now are starting to use AI in their music, and that really, really drives me up a wall too. They haven't used it in their music yet, but they're using it for like their album covers and like their, you know, like their pre-release albums and all that jazz. It does drive me nuts that they do that. I mean, I get why they do it though, but it's also one of those things too where it's like, just hire an artist to make it. Yeah, exactly. Just hire an artist to do it. It's like you're, like, I know with my particular music taste, it's not like they're rich per se, because like a lot of them are in multiple bands that sing for these groups, and it's like, I know you don't make a ton of money, but like if Glory Hammer, the size of the band that Glory Hammer is, can still pay an artist to make their cover or their albums, you should totally be able to do that when you're a bigger band than them. All right, I know it's probably something that Napalm Records is like more in control over than like the actual specific artist, but it's just one of those things that bothers me, because it's like you don't need to do this. It literally takes nothing to hire an artist and like a photographer. I mean, it takes money, sure, and I know that market could be a little cutthroat because it's like you're paying for art, and it's like you gotta have like a certain caliber artist or whatever have you, but it's like you could find somebody on like Twitter that has their commissions open that does like fantasy power metal looking art, and you could hire them and be like, hey, we use you for this album cover, what do you say? You know how many artists would be geeked out that they got to make a freaking power metal album cover? A lot of them would. I would imagine a lot of them would. Like, even my sister, who hates power metal, would probably be like, yo, let's do that. And if Disney would just go back to 2-day art, they'd be set. Yeah, no, and Disney's also another one that really pisses me off, because they did the thing. Sorry for that nose sniffle. That was very, very gross. On a pale horse. But like, Disney purposely during like the 2010 2019 era, like through the like late 2000s into the 2010s, they purposely dumped a lot of money into like CG for their movies, like through Jerry Bruckheimer with like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, specifically Pirates of the Caribbean, and like the early Marvel movies and things like that, because they knew that if they could sell themselves like they actually had like a like an actual like prestigious quality over other studios, people would want to watch their stuff more. Because they did this with their animated stuff too, like their 2D movies. When you'd have like your direct to DVD sequel or whatever, you would notice that it was such a downgrade in quality. Like you go from Aladdin to Aladdin Return of Jafar, and that step down in quality is strikingly visible and noticeable, like to the point where it's like, oh my god, it's real bad. I mean, and other people would say, well, you know, it was a TV show to movie one. It didn't have Robin Williams in it. It was meant to just be like a TV special, but they still sold it as a movie. And it's like the other ones, like the Fox and the Hound ones, the Bambi ones, the Snow, the Beauty and the Beast ones. It's like they've done it, so like it made sense, at least to me, that yeah, they would go in to do do this thing with their animation quality and purposely try to do the best and then just like degrade it because they had such a corner on the market. But yeah, no, those shoulders great. All right, let's go ahead and get these pieces out of here then. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me yapping about stuff like that while I stream either. I know I'm not gaming right now, but is it really? I would. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's a good music choice. I forgot. X, did you play RuneScape a lot? I don't remember why I would be forgetting this. I've known you for freaking forever, it feels like at this point. I thought so. Wait, that would be another fun game we should play at some point. I need to get back into RuneScape. I dropped my subscription for Old School a while ago. It was when they were having that whole debacle about like upping the prices and all that stuff. But now they're like talking about like getting rid of the cash shop out of RuneScape 3 and like all this other stuff. And it's like, oh, they're actually going back to like classic earn things in game. So I might have to go pick that up at some point. But yeah, I just also looked at the clock. It is 7:38. Or no, it's 7:40. Good grief. Disney somehow managed to ruin their IPs all the time, which I always get. Yeah, no, that I agree with that. It's one of those things where it's like Disney's the perfect example of company will milk thing dry until thing has no more return on investment in it whatsoever. A perfect example is Star Wars, but yet they somehow still find a way to make that series still work. But it's like you can tell where it's like they just ride off the coattails of something for so long to the point where it just drags itself down. Which is why it's like I am partially excited for Mandalorian and Grogu, but at the same time it's also one of those things where it's just like I'm okay with not watching in theaters. The only good live action was Cruella. See, I want to agree with you, but then I remember how her mom died in that movie and I can't help but laugh. I think we watched that together. No, it's just one of those things where it's like, again, they purposely will lead you in with like the best tech possible and then just slowly wean back until they know what the limit is. Like, look at everything Marvel did after Endgame and Infinity War. And like, look at how the quality of stuff was. Like, the only one that had like any sort of redeemable quality to it as far as like how the movie looked and stuff like that was things that like Disney was directly not involved with. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Spider-Man, so on and so forth. But also at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, there's so much Marvel fatigue right now, too, in the world. It's like, oh, you know, But yeah, I think we're gonna get to the point where we'll wrap it up here shortly. I just kind of want to get these last little pieces done so I don't forget about them. But yeah, I think the next stream we do, the next planned stream I got is I want to on Friday. I plan on streaming again. I know I got my schedule says I'm going to be streaming on Thursday. I can't guarantee if I'm going to or not because I might be working overtime, going into work early Friday morning. So we'll see. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it here once I get these last two discs plugged into the shoulder pad here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pause music real quick. Wrong one. You'll be back for Lethal Friday? Yeah, I'm really hoping Lethal Friday is what we're doing. I haven't heard back from Rashi, but I do plan on going live again before that, like what I did last week, and then just streaming into it. So I think we're going to do Halo Infinite. We're going to start a Halo Infinite playthrough that day. We'll see, though. I kind of tend to like to keep those separate, so we'll see what happens. I might just do like Mega Bonk or like Balatro, but that's going to be it for tonight. I need to use the restroom, and we've been streaming for almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We did a lot tonight, model building wise. We're getting better at building these things faster. Pay attention to my social medias. I think Edbot just linked them not too long ago. I'm going to be endeavoring to use those more often to communicate with you guys when we go live with things. I'm also working on a Discord server still. I know with Discord being Discord, it might end up being something else I use for that. We'll see. I do want to set up a bot that can like communicate for you guys when I do go live, for those that don't have social media. But other than that, you can always just also look at my Discord. I have it where I have streamer mode enabled. So if you ever see that my status is purple, we're going live. Or I'm messing with my stream stuff. Either way, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. We will be going live again here soon. I got another model on the way, so we're going to be doing more model building streams too. I got a couple models yet that I can build, but yeah, we're going to call it there. Hope you all have a great night, and I will catch you guys in the next stream. Take care.